You know, every successful company, and I mean every one, eventually hits a wall and has to ask that huge question, where does our next wave of growth come from? So today, we're going to break down a framework for how you can systematically find and capture brand new markets, how you can architect those game-changing strategic moves.
So let's just start right there. Think about your own company, your own industry. Where is that next big surge of growth really going to come from? Because for so many of us, right, the markets we're in now, they feel saturated. That incredible growth you had at the beginning starts to level off. It's a critical moment, and frankly, it can be a make or break challenge.
And here's the thing. The answer is almost never just launching a slightly better product into that same old crowded space. Nope. What we're talking about today is something way more fundamental. It's about designing and executing a whole new strategic move.
So how do you actually do that? Well, this isn't about luck or some magical stroke of genius. There's a process to it. We're going to walk through a super clear, actionable, 3-step framework that's basically a guide to finding that new growth you're looking for.
And here they are, the 3 pillars of that move. First, and this is the most important, it all starts with your customer, finding a new or overlooked form of buyer utility. Then, you set a strategic price that actually reflects that new value. And finally, you have to adapt your business model to deliver on the whole thing. So let's break each one down.
Okay, let's dive into step 1. And honestly, everything, I mean everything, begins right here. Before you even think about your product, your features, or what it costs you, you absolutely have to start by finding your buyer's utility. Just look at the emphasis there. The first step. That one simple idea forces a total shift in how you think, right? It's not about what you want to build and sell. It's about finding a problem, a need, a frustration that's already out there in the world, just waiting for someone to solve it better.
So what do we even mean by buyer utility? Well, think of it this way. It's that aha moment for your customer. It's not just another feature, it's the unique value you provide. It's when you remove a massive pain point, like how streaming services just totally wiped out late fees. Or when you make something that was really complex, super simple. Or like Airbnb did, you unlock a brand new capability for people, like turning a spare room into income. That's utility.
And this brings us to the key question you got to take back to your team. What are the compromises and frustrations that your potential customers are just putting up with? What unmet needs are being totally ignored by everyone else in the industry? That is where the gold is. That's your opportunity.
Okay, so you found that awesome new utility. Great, but you can't just slap your old price tag on it and call it a day. This leads us right into the second part of our framework, setting a truly strategic price.
All right, we've nailed down our buyer utility. Check. Now let's get into step 2 and tackle that strategic price.
This right here, this shows the huge mental shift you have to make. On one side, you've got traditional pricing. It's all about you. It's an inside-out job. You start with your costs, add a margin, and that's your price. But strategic pricing, it's the complete opposite. It's outside in. It starts with the incredible value and utility you're giving the buyer, and the price reflects that.
And here's the bottom line. It's so simple, but so powerful. Your price is basically a signal. It's a signal of the value you're delivering, so it has to capture a fair piece of that new value you've created for your customer. It's not about what it costs you to make. It's all about what it's worth to them.
Okay, so you've got a killer idea for new utility, you've figured out a really smart price, you're on a roll. But, and this is a big but, can your company actually deliver it profitably and at scale? This brings us to the final and often the most difficult step, adapting your business model.
All right, let's check our progress. We've found the utility, check. We've set the price, check. Now for that final, crucial piece of the puzzle, adapting the business model to make this whole thing actually work. And you know what? This is often the toughest part of the whole thing. A new strategic move just can't be propped up by your old ways of doing business. It's impossible. Think about it. Your current systems, your processes, your entire company culture, they were all built to achieve a completely different goal. So where do you even start? Well, this is a great way to break it down. You got to ask some tough questions. In our core operations, what processes fundamentally have to change? When it comes to distribution, how are we actually going to reach these new buyers? Our old channels might not work at all. And what about our revenue structure? Are we talking subscriptions, one-time fees? How will we actually capture all that value we're creating? Okay, let's pull all these threads together. Let's turn this framework from theory into something you can actually use. It's time to stop just analyzing and start brainstorming your next big strategic move.
So here it is, your 3-step game plan, all laid out. You start by looking outward, to your customers to find a new form of buyer utility. Then, you set a price based on that incredible new value. And finally, you have to look inward and plan all the business model changes you'll need to execute flawlessly. You see how that works? Each step just flows right into the next.
I know. This can all feel like a huge, massive task, creating a whole new wave of growth, maybe even a new market. But you have to remember, every major business success story, every single industry disruption, it all started with one single, well-architected strategic move.
So the question I want to leave you with is this, the one to take back to your team. When you really look at your customers, your capabilities, and the world around you, what strategic move can your organization make next?